So today for us is the 4th of July. We're packed up and ready to go camping. We're gonna head up Immigration Canyon. Got a bunch of new gear to test out. Over the last couple of weeks, we've got some new stuff. I ended up getting a new kind of portable drawer system. It's a Milwaukee pack out system that should be way better for organizing all the stuff. A Milwaukee fan, since it's so hot right now and it's summer, try and keep us a little cooler. Some different storage options and storage bins, a new stove, so a bunch of new stuff I'm going to be testing out. Ultimately what I'm trying to do right now is keep stuff really simple, make it so that it's easy to get out and go camping, and be even more organized than we were before. So we're going to head up there for 4th of July and hopefully not fight the crowds too bad, but it should be a good time. All right, so we just pulled into this spot and it looks pretty good. So I think we will level ourselves out in here. It's got good tree cover. Should be a good little spot. All right, we are leveled out and ready to go. We're getting attacked by mosquitoes for some reason, and they're just swarming the back of the truck. So we're gonna wait to set up for a minute. What do you think of this spot? Yeah, good tree cover. Should be lots of shade. As long as we don't get bit to death, huh?
Heck yeah. Hello. What you doing? You wanna come to the campsite? You wanna camp?
So I'm making bratwurst pasta tonight. It's very easy and it's one of the first meals we ever made on an overland trip. It's literally just cut up grilled bratwurst and then noodles and then like a good red sauce on it. So pretty easy. Hey buddy, are you hanging out by the fire? That looks like a cozy little outfit. I want to do an overview of all of the camping gear that we have right now. I just recently kind of got some new systems and kind of went through a lot of my gear, got rid of a lot of stuff, added some stuff. So I figured it'd be a good time to go through everything and kind of show you some of the new stuff I got. The mosquitoes are really bad, so if you see me swatting everywhere or if the camera is moving really bad, it's because we are kind of surrounded by mosquitoes where we're at for some reason. So the newest thing I got that I'm probably the most excited about is this Milwaukee pack out system. So Milwaukee has the pack out system and normally it's for tools and stuff, but it actually ended up working really good for a camp kitchen. So almost all my camp kitchen stuff in here, besides my GSI cookware and like a griddle and my Camp Chef stove, are in here. So this is really slick. It has a bar over the drawers so that while you're driving, those drawers can't come out. And then this bottom portion is just the Milwaukee Pack Out 2-drawer system, and then on top I have a deep organizer. And if you're not familiar with the Pack Out system, they have these little levers that come in and out, and everything separates and then clicks back into place. You can buy whatever you want from the Pack Out system that would fit your needs and click it all together and kind of make it modular however you wanted. But kind of show you what I have in here. In this bottom drawer I do some bigger stuff like freezer gallon bags, some paper towels, cutting boards down in there, as well as all of our bowls, plates, and silverware. Up here I used the dividers that come with this Milwaukee 2-drawer system to kind of divide everything how I wanted it to be. So over here I have all of my utensils. So that's everything from spatulas to spoons to tongs to knives, all that kind of stuff all lives here. And then we've got some miscellaneous stuff here, oils to cook with, measuring spoons, Tabasco sauce, lighters, some disinfectant wipes. We use these all the time and they've been really handy while we've been camping because you can just throw them in the garbage after and they're easy to use really quick. And then spices over here. And then up in the deep organizer, for the most part it's a lot of cleaning stuff, so it's trash bags and rags, sponges, soap, all that kind of stuff. And then on this side, this is where we keep our mugs, hot chocolate. This is literally like all hot chocolate and some extra food, like some oatmeal in there. And that's everything that goes in our Milwaukee Pack Out system. Another new thing that we just upgraded to is the Camp Chef Everest 2X burner. So we have some friends at Camp Chef, so I think I've owned every single model of their Mountain Series cooktops. The Everest is kind of their most high-end portable one. We had one that had a built-in griddle before, and it was pretty nice, but we decided to switch it up and go back to the high BTU. Those are 20,000 BTU burners per burner. So it's a lot higher caliber of a burner on both of those. And then in order to hit our griddle needs, I have a GSI griddle that kind of sets on there, so you have a big griddle option as well as 2 burners. And then I also made the switch. I stopped using the 1-pound Coleman Green propane bottles and switched to an adapter with the Ignic 5-gallon propane tank with a carrying case. So some of the bigger items all fit in this medium-sized Plano crate. We really did downsize a lot. We had a lot more bins before this, and I was able to get everything. Being able to switch everything from the Milwaukee system, we now only have to fit a few things in a medium-sized Plano crate. But that griddle that I already talked about that goes on top of that Everest 2-burner Camp Chef stove. And then all of our GSI cookware. So this portion is just their standard base camper large, so 2 pots as well as a 9-inch frying pan. And then I also wanted a bigger frying pan as well, so this is like their 10 or 11-inch troop cook set frying pan, I think is what it's called. And then those just fit right in there. Got some Camp Chef roasting sticks for when you are doing stuff over the fire. I just picked this up at a trade show. It's an anti-gravity PS80 power station. So it's comparable to the Jackery 300 watts. This is also a 300 watt power station that has worked awesome so far. And then the last thing we have in here is stuff for our portable shower. So these are just microfiber towels, and then I'm able to fit our geyser shower system in there. If you don't know what those are, they're pretty cool. They just use a sponge rather than a hose nozzle, and you don't use very much water, so that's been pretty sweet. We are still using coolers and not a fridge quite yet. This is the main one we used when we were just on our overnight or weekend trips, and then we have a bigger 55 quart one if we're on a couple day trip. This is just a small bin for our dry food. So anything that doesn't need to be cold and that we don't want wet from the ice can go in our dry food bin. You can get these anywhere. It's just a standard, I think, 6 or 7 gallon water container. I just recently picked this up. So this is a Milwaukee, this is the M18 job site fan. And then you can plug any of your Milwaukee batteries into there, as well as it has an AC adapter that you could then run off of a power station as well. But last year we had a really hot summer and we really didn't camp very much during the summer because it was so hot, and it's been pretty warm so far this year. And so we decided to get one of these to be able to keep in the tent to hopefully keep us a little bit cooler, just to have some air moving, even though it obviously doesn't have any sort of AC, but to have some air moving makes a big difference. So we haven't really had a chance to test this out very well, but hopefully that is worth the money and a good way to kind of keep some air moving in your tent. This is a 4-foot lifetime folding table. I've had one of the 5-footers before and it was too big, a little too wide, harder to pack. The 4-foot one collapses in half really well and then has adjustable legs with multiple different heights. So for a budget camping table, it works pretty good, and the setup is way faster than even some of the higher end camp tables, even though they do pack a little smaller. We've had this solo stove for a little while. This is the smallest one they make, the Ranger, and it actually packs quite well in the back of the truck. We have tried the propane fires. It wasn't a super nice one, but our propane one didn't put off very much heat, and we love having a real fire. So the solo stove has been awesome to be virtually smokeless, still have a real fire, and that packs fairly well. We just carry a small wood bin with it, so that kind of keeps some good dry wood that we're able to bring, so it performs well. And then the last thing is we just upgraded to these Kelty Deluxe chairs. Before we were in one of their double chairs, the ones that are combined together. The love seat is what they call it, but it was the low one. The low ones are just a little too low to the ground, so we decided just to switch to these nice deluxe ones that recline and stuff. So those have been awesome as well. So that's kind of an overview of all of our camp setup stuff, the stuff that gets put in the back of the truck and comes with us camping every time we go. All right, good morning. We just woke up. The weather's pretty good. I think we're just gonna pack up and head home. The mosquitoes are still like kind of swarming around us, so we might just ditch it on breakfast. We're not really like crazy far from home. We're like maybe an hour or something, so we don't really want to fight the mosquitoes too bad, so we might just kind of pack it up and hit the road. But this ended up being a really good spot. The bugs were the only real downside. Not really any people out here, and pretty far up here. There's a lot of snow. You can see that. And really cool too. Temperature wise, like it. We ended up zipping all the windows in the tent last night. We were warm, but and I have like a jacket and pants on right now, so it's kind of cold for some reason, but we are up pretty high, so yeah, we're gonna pack up and get heading back. Good morning.
Morning.
Hello, buddy.
Say hi. There's Dad.
You ready to go home?